Most of you don't know me. My name's Hannah Miller, and I work up in the business office. So today's speaker is a 20-year-old speed cuber from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and he's been cubing for 10 years. He's currently ranked 11th in the world for 3x3 average with a peak rank of 9th in the world. His fastest time to solve a cube is 2.88 seconds. He now works full-time as a Rubik's Cube coach, helping people improve their times. He also runs what he would call a modest YouTube channel, going over happenings in the community, live streaming cubing sessions, and giving analysis of notable results to help educate the cubing community at large. His goal is to help grow the cubing scene in whatever way possible and show anybody curious about cubing that it's not as hard as it looks, and the community is incredibly friendly and accepting. In his spare time, he enjoys 2000s rock, one-season TV shows, and all things basketball. He also happens to be my little brother. Let's welcome Dylan Miller.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Okay, quick show of hands here. Who here knows what a Rubik's Cube is? Okay, wow, it's like all of you. Can I get a quick volunteer to scramble this up for me? Okay. So while he's scrambling that up, what do y'all know about a Rubik's Cube? Like, if anyone wants to say anything about it, what do you know? Right here.
It's colorful.
It is colorful, yes. It needs to be solved, yes. What's up?
29 by 29 or something?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, actually. Yeah, there's not just the one. It is super cool. Yeah, so, let's see if we can scramble this. I'll solve this for y'all real quick. Any guess on how long this is gonna take, you think?
30 seconds.
Oh my gosh. 5 seconds. Okay, we'll see. One second.
Yo, what? Okay. Wow, thank y'all. Not my best solve ever. That was like 9 seconds, but yeah. So y'all kind of talked a little bit about it. So the Rubik's Cube was invented in 1974 by this guy right here, Erno Rubik. He was a Hungarian architect and also like a college professor. He invented the cube as a way to teach his students about 3D structures, and you see here the original prototype was actually closer to like something made out of wood. We didn't have the colors on it yet. And so whenever he finally got closer to the design right here of the colors on each side, he scrambled it up, and it took him over a month of him locking himself in his room, kind of just playing around with it. And that's like really, really impressive. Nowadays, no one could do it by themselves. So the fact it took the inventor like a month to do it himself is like pretty crazy. And so why should we even care about the Rubik's Cube in the first place? Well, I mean, actually, right now, this is the 50th year that the Rubik's Cube has been existing. Like I said, it was made in 1974. And I don't know how much y'all know about the 80s. Y'all are kind of younger than me, but so if you go over the 80s, there's Mario, Michael Jackson, Back to the Future, and the Rubik's Cube. You can't talk about the 80s or just anything without talking about the Rubik's Cube. And it was so popular that they even made a little one-season TV show about it. There's a little anthropomorphic Rubik's Cube here. And then here, this is actually the first world record holder. This is Min Tai. This was at the World Championships in 1982. He got a 22.95 second solve, which was really, really good at the time. I am a coach, so I will give you a little lesson. So let's look here. How are people like Chris Pratt, Justin Bieber, and Will Smith able to solve a Rubik's Cube, right? That's, it's supposedly impossible, right? It's impossible for most people. So how many combinations are there on a Rubik's Cube?
Initially, when they licensed it, there was like 3 billion. That's what they said. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot more than 3 billion actually. They say 3 billion because it's too big of a number to actually like comprehend. But the real number is 43 quintillion, 252 quadrillion, 3 trillion, 274 billion, 489 million, 856,000. So if you don't understand that number, there's more Rubik's Cube combinations than there are stars in our observable universe, which is like an insane number. There's also more Rubik's Cube combinations than there are grains of sand on Earth. So how are we able to solve every single one of these combinations, right? Like we have to figure out some methodology to do this every single time, right? So the way we do this is the common misconception about solving a Rubik's Cube is that you solve it side by side. What you actually want to do is you want to solve it layer by layer, okay? Solving it side by side makes it to where it's very hard to actually solve everything in its position without disturbing everything you've already done. So here, this is a little demonstration. Don't do this, do this. And so the way we do this is I'll show you the beginner method and kind of the outline of it. To start, we need to understand how the cube works. So the middle pieces on a Rubik's Cube actually don't move. They're tied in with a screw to the core. So you see here, these are all fixed in their position. These are the center pieces. These are the edge pieces. Edge pieces fit between 2 centers. And then these are corner pieces. Corner pieces fit between 3 edges. Yeah, so once you understand how these work, you can kind of go on to the start of all the most popular speed solving methods. So you build a cross. So this is you solve an edge between 2 centers. So the important part here is that you see how the colors are the same on both of these, right? So blue's matching blue, white's matching white, red's matching red, white's matching white. Like I said, the centers don't move. So these pieces belong in this spot no matter what. It'll never need to belong in another spot. And so if you notice, we have the cross done, and we want to solve it layer by layer. So now we need to solve these spots here, which would be the corners, right? So we need to solve the corners in the correct spot. So here we put the white, blue, red corner in between the blue, red edges. And then that's how we get the first layer. So now once we have the first layer done, we do that for all 4 corner pieces. We need to solve the edges in between these centers, right? Because we want to do the next layer. So you would use an algorithm to put the edges in this spot here. This is what it would look like. And then the last layer is where you need to learn some sequences of moves in order to kind of solve the rest of it. Here, this is the way the beginner method kind of teaches you. You essentially solve like a cross on top. So get all the edges facing the same way, facing upwards. Get all the edges solved in their correct spot. Move all the corners into the correct spot. And then twist the corners to face the right way. So that's kind of a long way to go about it. What we want to do is we want to kind of consolidate some of these steps. So the speed solving method that I use and is like the basis for all top level solvers is called CFOP. We have to give it an initials. There's a lot of initials in cubing. But this essentially stands for cross, first 2 layers, orient the last layer, permute the last layer. So the cross is the same as before, but what we do is we combine the first step and the second step into one different solution. So instead of solving the corner in its spot and then solving the edges next, we solve the corner with the edge at the same time and then solve this as a pair. So this actually allows you to insert all of this at once, and then you do that for all 4 slots, and then you're left with your last layer. So the way we do last layer is, there's 57 algorithms for OLL. So algorithms are just sequences of moves. So when I'm doing a solve, once I finish my first 2 layers, I'm looking at which of these 57 cases I have, and then I do the corresponding sequence of moves to get all the pieces facing upwards. Once I have that, I now need to move all the pieces around into the correct spot, which is PLL. So you can deal with all possible last layer combinations, which is like 4,000, by only learning 78 algs, which is a lot, but you can do a simplified version of this, but this is what I do. And yeah, so that's kind of about it. I will kind of walk you through what a solve looks like, and I'll show you kind of how we go about that. So yeah, one second. Okay, so both of these cubes have the exact same scramble state on them. I'm going to inspect and then solve one of them, and then I will walk you through kind of what I did here. So, one second. That one's a bit better. There we go. Okay. Okay, so what I did here, so I inspected my cross. So your cross is kind of like your start. So I saw that I could set this piece up relative to this piece correctly. So I'm going to, but first I'm going to like make this a pair to save for later. That was kind of advanced, but yeah, so I do 2 moves here, and that also solves this edge here. So you see how now we have this piece almost solved. If I did this, now it's actually in its spot, correct? So now I move this piece over, this orange piece like this, and then now I'm going to solve this blue edge here, and now I put both these in their correct spot, and then I solve these last 2 by moving this green edge here, and I move this pair over, and then this red edge here. So now I have my cross, right? This was the first step we talked about. You see all of this is correct. And then now I'm going to solve this red-green as a pair. So this is a 3-move pair. All you do is you just move it over. You pair them up. So you do this 1 move, and you see now we have this pair. Once I insert this into its correct slot, if I covered everything else, you see this is like essentially a solved Rubik's Cube, right? And so you do this all the way around. So next what I did this other pair right here. So this is 3 moves as well. Same type of idea. You make this pair, move it over, bring it down. Then I did this pair. This is as well a setup. So I moved this corner out into the top layer. And then we solve this again. And you see now my second layer is coming all together. So now I move over, and I have this last piece, and that's the solve. So if I covered everything else, I have my first 2 layers done. Now I recognize this OLL combination. So you know, this is a pretty nice one. It looks like an H, right? So I do the sequence of moves, and now you see everything's facing upwards. And then I get left with this PLL. So I move all these pieces around correctly. So it's just this sequence, and then that's the cube. So yeah, so that's about it from me. I heard we had some people sign up here who know how to solve a Rubik's Cube.
Is this me? Is this on? Is this on? Well, I appreciate the enthusiasm of guys that want to come up and solve, but here are our 6 solvers tonight. First, let's have Eric Berube come up.
Yeah,
Let's have Fede Piedrahita come up. Harvey Sires. Julian Berube. Titan Tanihaha. And Xavier Berube.
Okay, cool. So the way this is gonna work, I want all of y'all to scramble your cube, scramble it up, and then pass it to the person to your right. Okay, so you're scrambling each other's cubes. What we're trying to do here is, so all 6 of these people are gonna go. The top 3, we're gonna take them over here, and we're gonna get them to do a timed solve, and then we're gonna see who gets the fastest solve out of all of them. Yeah. Okay. Have y'all passed them around? Okay. I'm going to give each of y'all 15 seconds to look at it. once 15 seconds is up, I'll count y'all down. 3, 2, 1, go. And then as you finish, hold your cube up when you finish, and then come over to this side. Cool? Okay. So 3, 2, 1, start looking. Okay. Figure out what you want to do. Okay. Okay, y'all have been inspecting for 8 seconds. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, come on. Good job. Woo. Almost there. Yeah. Okay. Good job, guys. Good job. Okay, cool. So we have our 3. Congrats. Yeah. We'll let them get these done real quick. Good job, guys. Yeah. Yeah. I saw your WCA profile. Okay, here, guys. Look, y'all can take y'all's cues back to your seat. Those are for you to keep. What? My bad. I got y'all. Good job. Round of applause. Okay, so the way this is gonna work, I'm gonna scramble each one of their cubes with like the same sequence, and then we're gonna time them. So do y'all know how this timer works? No, I got you. You can use this one. Okay, so the way this timer works, you're gonna put your hands down on it. You know, I will give you the scrambled cube. I will time your inspection as well, and then you know, whenever you're ready, just start, and then put your hands down to stop it. So who wants to go first? Tie-in? Okay. Here it is. All right. Okay, turn around. No looking, no looking. Okay. Okay. So, whenever you're ready, just tell me you're ready, and then lift the thing up, and then I'll time your inspection, okay? Ready. 8 seconds. Yeah. Here, show them. Okay. All right, there we go. So, here we go. Okay, so time to beat is 17.56 seconds by Titan. Okay, Julian, let me know when you are ready. 8 seconds. Yeah. Okay. Round of applause. 29.3 seconds. Who's next? You wanna go? Okay. Let me know when you're ready. Eight seconds. There we go. Second place. Which one? This one? Okay, I got you. 25.32 seconds. That's our second place. Let's go. Okay, man. Let me know when you're ready. Eight seconds. Yep, 12. Yeah. 43.4 seconds. Which one? Oh, I got you. Okay, round of applause for everybody here, man. Let's go. Okay, so I have a little prize for everybody up here, okay? Just for coming up here, I want to give y'all these little mini keychain cubes, okay? Here you go to each one of y'all. I got you. Yeah. Here you go. Okay, and then for our first place, we had Titan, and we have a Titan of a cube, right? Yeah. There you go, man. All right. Yeah. Congrats, guys. Thanks for coming up. Appreciate it. That would be it. Y'all can also keep the cubes y'all used. Those are for y'all. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. Awesome. Well.
So congrats to Titan and everyone else that was up here for their effort. That was awesome to watch. Unfortunately, we're running a little bit over, so we're not going to have time for a Q&A, but I'm sure Dylan will be sticking around after if you guys have questions for him. Thank you, Dylan. That was awesome.
Thanks for having me, man.